You could use the new Manus 1.5 to quickly and easily generate $299 to $1,000 plus per month with each sale. And you could also use that along with some special software to automate the whole process that you're getting paid for month after month. Well, today I'm going to show you how I use Manus 1.5, one of the most powerful AI agents on the planet, to uncover $299 to $1,000 plus a month opportunities right in your own backyard. I'm going to walk you through the exact step-by-step process. I'm going to give you my prompt. I'm going to give you the outreach scripts and the fulfillment tools you need to turn these leads into real recurring monthly revenue. So if you did this and you want more, check out my free course, the AI Smart Launch Lab. It's in the comments or the description below. And if you want the document that I'm going to be using in this video, just comment doc below and I will send it over to you. All right, so let's get started. So here is the document that I'm going to be using today. And again, if you want this doc, this has the prompt, this has all kinds of stuff, the outreach scripts, everything in it. We're going to go through all of this as we go through the video. But if you want this, just leave a comment doc in the video and I will get that over to you. And I'm going to give you my preferred fulfillment software, which you can actually get for free. You get a 30-day trial of it so you can get your first sales without having to spend a bunch of money. So let's talk about the actual tech stack. So I'll get into the fulfillment software later, but I use Manus 1.5, which is my AI agent for research and organization. Now, look, they just released this 1.5 version, and if you have somehow missed it, here, let me pull this up on the screen here. If you have somehow missed this, it is going to be a real eye-opener for you in this video, because a lot of the revolutionary AI tools that I see rolling out today, they really only do like one or maybe two things, right? But Manus 1.5, this thing is absolutely nuts. So here's what makes it so special. Most AIs just answer questions. They're kind of like a fancy search engine, right? Or maybe they do one or two things like create image or video, but Manus 1.5 actually does the work for you. So look, if you give it a goal, like, well, here, I'm just gonna give it this goal. I'm just gonna say, give me a complete market analysis of local directory sites in the Summerlin, Las Vegas area, and I'm just gonna hit go. Now, Manus is going to work in the background. It will research competitors. It will scrape data from dozens of sources. It'll build charts. It'll create presentations, and it can even build an actual website and code an actual app for you, all while you're grabbing coffee. And the really crazy part is, like right now, this thing is doing like 50 plus tasks simultaneously in the background. It's analyzing data in one window. It's building out other stuff in another window. It can research competition in a third. So this is really like having 50 super smart assistants working around the clock, except they never get tired or ask for a raise, which is really nice as a business owner. But it gets even more wild because unlike other AI tools that give you half-finished garbage, Manus 1.5 actually completes everything. It fixes its own mistakes and it keeps working until your project is 100% done. I've seen it do things like, oh, this is taking too long, and it'll figure out a whole new process to go through to make it more efficient and quicker, right? So I'm talking production ready stuff, spreadsheets, all that stuff, charts, reports, live websites. It all looks like they came from a Fortune 500 consultant when you use Manus 1.5, and it remembers everything. So you come back next week of the follow-up, it picks up exactly where you left off. I have seen people accomplish in one day what used to take weeks simply using Manus 1.5. And that's what happens when you finally have an AI that works for you instead of just talking to you. So let's talk about what we're doing here and how I'm using this. So I already did this before when I started this video. So I'm gonna open up my chat window here and I'm just gonna go over to this prompt that I put into Manus and walk you through this, because I use Manus to uncover some opportunities where I can generate anywhere from $299 to $1,000 or more customer per month recurring in my own backyard. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Manus 1.5 to find these people, and then we're gonna get them to pay us to help them. So now instead of just going after anyone, this isn't something where you gotta like talk to everybody in your family or reach out to 15 people that you know or anything like that. You don't have to bug anyone you know. We're gonna go after small businesses in your area. And the reason that we're doing this is because small businesses, especially today, desperately need help. They need help getting business. They have no idea how to use AI to do this, and they can easily afford to spend anywhere from $300 to $1,000 or more a month to get help. In fact, in most cases, small business owners prefer to have someone handle it for them. Like, you may think, well, isn't everybody using AI? Well, yes, they're using AI, but very few people know how to actually use AI to generate more revenue and better results for their business. Most people are just asking it questions and getting answers. They have no idea how to put a system or process in place, but you, after watching this video, are gonna know exactly how to do that, and these small business owners are gonna pay you for that. And look, I've got a message from one person that I just ran into randomly, and I was talking to about this just to kind of drive this point home. Here's someone who's perfectly capable. They're a successful business owner. They have multiple businesses, but look what they told me. I don't want a lot of friction in setup or having to learn software. Translation, I know that I could learn how to do it, but I don't want to. I just want to pay somebody to do this for me. This is how most successful business owners think. And when they're small business owners struggling to get more visibility, struggling to figure out how to get more clients in, they know this AI is a big thing, but they're just not sure how to make it work for them. That is where you come in, and you can be that person in their backyard that helps them out. Now, that is a huge advantage because most people try to go at these businesses like a nameless, faceless company. They try to make themselves out to be a big agency or anything like that. Most small business owners that I talk to hate dealing with people like that. They would much rather deal with a real person that lives in their area. It just makes them feel confident and secure in that. And you could be that person. So let me walk you through the steps of how to do this. Oh, actually, before I do that, maybe you think, well, Tom, like what kind of results can you get with this, right? I'm gonna show you a real result I got a little bit later, but look, these are just a few people that are in my community that shared wins on what we're gonna talk about today. Here's one that got $1,200 per month. Here's one that got almost $1,700 one off. Here's another one, $1,545 a month. Here's another one, $285 a month. Here's one where he got $495 a setup fee, 7 locations at $125 a month. That's $875 a month. All of it's automated, and the business owner just emailed him and said, we appreciate all your help and assistance in organizing this side of our opening. You've been amazing. So again, a business that just wants to pay for this. So these are some results from people just like you. This is a group that I run on Facebook. You'll find a link to it in the comments below. It's a free group to join. But if you go in here, you can just search #win, and you will see all kinds of wins that people are getting following the strategies that I outline in these videos. So I encourage you to go check that out as well. But this stuff really, really works, right? So, okay, let's get back to Manus and how we're gonna use this. So the step one is to just take the prompt that I give you in the doc. And again, if you want the doc, just comment doc below and I'll send that over, and then just post that into Manus. So here is the prompt. So it is to tell Manus to research businesses, and now you put in whatever your area neighborhood is that appear in Google Maps but do not show up on the first page of search results. So what am I talking about here? Well, look, let me go to a Google page and just show you. So here's google.com. So if I search for like painter in my area, right, in Las Vegas, painters in Las Vegas. So you're gonna see there's some sponsored businesses that come up right here. These are sponsored results right here. So these people are paying to be here. But then you're gonna see down here, there's like this little area, it just says businesses right here. And it's got this map off to the side, and you can see there are some painting companies listed here. These people are not paying to be here. They are actually being shown here because Google has decided that their Google business profile, don't worry if you don't know what that is, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Most business owners don't even know what their Google business profile is, and that's an advantage for you because you're gonna be able to come in and really show them how to step this up. But this is actually pulled from a business's Google business profile, and if I click on these more businesses, you'll see it will pull up a map with little dots of all these businesses. And like, these are the people that are showing up kind of on the first page, but really only the first 3 show up in the search results. Everybody else is kind of lost unless someone clicks on this more business thing. So what I'm asking Manus to do is to go into Google, run a search for a type of business that I want to target, and just go through these pages and give me a spreadsheet of all the businesses that are not showing up on this first page or in these top 3 listings, right? So that's a lot of people because there's only, well, look, there's, that's a sponsored one. Yeah. So there's only 3 free spots here, but this is very valuable real estate for a local business, especially a service type business, which is usually the type of businesses that I like to target. So when you copy this prompt, what you're going to do is it's going to tell you to walk through, look for the ones that are on page 2 or later, because we know they're close, but they're just not where they want to be. And then you can search all these various categories. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you search for all these at once. This will take forever. These are just example categories, and you'll want to edit these. So I would maybe just search for 1 or 2 categories at a time. So I did a search for water damage, mold repair, HVAC, for example, that I'm going to show you here in a minute in my old stomping grounds of Kihei, Maui. It's where I lived before I came here to Vegas. And I just ran that through, and then I told it to find for each business, give me the business name, the business type, the full address, all of the stuff, current Google rating, and just some info about them, right? And I said to create a spreadsheet with 25. I think in this next one, I think I actually had it do 50. So you can adjust this well. So all you're gonna do on this prompt is put in your location. You're gonna pick the categories you want to target, and then you can tell it to do however many that you want. And then I gave it some additional information here, and then focus on legitimate active businesses that can benefit from better visibility. Don't include any closed or spammed listings. So that's important. Now I'm going to show you the list I got from this in a moment, but these are just a few tips for some better results. Obviously, replace the your city neighborhood with your specific location. Customize the categories based on what's relevant to your area or your business focus. So if you're new and just trying to generate maybe like a little bit of extra money or a side hustle, I might recommend that you start with the home services type niches like plumbers, electricians, handymen, landscapers, different things like that, because they tend to know this is important, but have no time to do it, right? They're busy out there working with their customers, doing jobs, and they have a high profit margin. So they typically have this kind of money to spend pretty easily. And if it takes something off their plate, brings them more exposure and gets them more business, and they don't have to deal with it, they are happy to pay this. And a lot of times for those types of businesses, you know, one deal can cover 6 months or more of their 1K a month price, because they don't have to get a lot of deals to make really good money, because a lot of their deals are, again, higher cost and higher profit margins. So that's why I particularly like them. And you can add specific instructions to this if you want to focus on, you know, particular types of businesses like service-based businesses, or exclude chains. That's something I would recommend you do. And then you can also specify the search radius if you needed. So like, if you're just not getting a lot of relevant results, you can say, look, just do it in 5 miles of this zip code, and just put your zip code in there. Right? So that's what I did here, and Manus got to work. So you can see it started researching in Kihei. You can see it did the initial searches, now systematically went through each business. It says, I realize this manual approach of clicking through each business one by one will be extremely time consuming. So let me develop a more efficient strategy. This is what I was talking about. So it wrote its own Python script to just basically go and do this in a more efficient way for me. I mean, freaking unbelievable. I know nothing. I mean, I know Python's a snake. That's about as much as I know about Python. So I never would have been able to do this on my own. So now it figured it out. So it's going to take a more efficient approach, went through all of the stuff, and eventually it has the research. So it tells me what's included, the ranking analysis. These are the key findings. So he found 40% of, look, no website. 40% of lower ranking businesses didn't have a website. That's interesting, right? 60% of the businesses had few reviews, incomplete addresses, no photos. I'm gonna talk about how we're gonna take advantage of all this stuff and easily fix this for these people in a minute. And then it's got some scores and stuff. And then look at this. It delivered like a Microsoft Office doc and also a Excel spreadsheet. So if you look on here, you can see it put the business name. Here's the search query, the business name, the category, so their business type, their address. So look, this one isn't even listed on Google Maps. That's a big no-no. They need to be listed there, right? They also don't have a website. Look at all these people that don't have a website. Remember I mentioned that Manus 1.5 could build a website? Would you guys be interested in knowing a strategy on how to use this information? Just get Manus to build a website for you and then get paid for it? You can let me know in the comments if you do. Anyway, it's got their ratings, their review counts, and then why lower ranking. So this is just some insight on them, and then their ranking score. So if you go down and look at some of these, we can find all the ones, right, that need the most help. And so that's what I did. I just kind of scanned through this list, and I did do a little bit of a searching for one. So I found this business, Island Fire and Water Restoration. Now, here's what was interesting about this business that kind of caught my eye. So you can see they have 20 Google reviews, which is really, is okay, but it's really not a lot. They could use more reviews. One of the things I like to do, so this is their Google profile info that's being shown here on the side. So these photos to me aren't particularly like eye-catching and gripping. The other thing I like to do is I like to go down here and look, here's some of their reviews. I want to see like how often are they updating? Because one of the kind of key things to getting better visibility with your Google business profile is to have consistent updates to it on a regular basis. And if I go here, I can see, that was the ad. Let me go to, I'm just gonna see all. I can see that they haven't, they only posted a couple of updates and they posted them in 2020. So this is a big thing. Now, what should a business be posting here? Well, they should post this thing like special offers, maybe seasonal information. They can post educational stuff. Like this is a fire and water place. They could post things on like how to spot mold, how to know if mold is around, how to spot water damage. They could also run a special like they did here. They said, look, we will pay up to $500 your deductible. These are very basic, right? Like these could definitely be improved upon and made a lot more attractive. So if they were having events, they could put those here too. So this to me is like, when I see this, I'm like, this is something I can help them with. And again, I'm going to show you how to automate all this so that you don't even have to manually do this stuff. It's pretty awesome. So what's the next step? Well, we reach out to them. So here's what I did. I sent out this email outreach message, which again is included in the doc, and I sent this SMS message to everyone. Now, look, in the beginning, if you're new, I would not worry about trying to automate this or anything like that. I would just send this from whatever email you can. And you can see my outreach message was more customers for, and then you put their business name in there. So I sent this out to the 50 businesses that I pulled. So more customers for, and then whatever their business name went here. I just did a few each day. That's how I did it manually. I didn't really worry about automating it. I just took 3 to 5 and sent them out each day. You can automate all this if you want, but I find at first I just want to see if I can get some traction and generate some money. So I don't mind doing a little bit more of a manual like outreach process. If I make $1,000 or even $300, gravy, right? Now I know it's worth automating and getting going. So this is the message I sent out. Hi, owner name. I was looking at top rated their business type in the area and came across your business. You have great reviews, but I noticed you're not getting the visibility you deserve on Google Maps. You're showing up on the second page or lower for your main services. What this means is that customers who are searching for your exact services might right now are finding and calling your competitors first. I love this because people, they know that these competitors are taking business from them, right? They know who these are. When you call that out, I think it's great. I help businesses like yours solve this problem. I would maybe even, I think I added in here too, that like I live right here. Or, I was a resident of Kihei for 11 years, which I lived in Kihei for 11 years. So I'd say I was a resident of Kihei for 11 years and I help businesses like yours in Kihei solve this problem. So I would definitely make this is just kind of a generic template, but I definitely let them know that you live in the area and make this a little more personal. So with a few strategic adjustments to your Google Business Profile, we can move you up the rankings to attract more qualified local customers who are ready to hire. So I have specific ideas that could help, blah, blah, blah. Do you have time to discuss? So I just sent this email out to all, again, I just sent, 3 to 5 a day. And I sent this text message right here. Hi, owner, this is Tom. I live in wherever this is, and I help local service businesses get more calls from Google. I saw your business and I have an idea that can get more money to get higher customers in Las Vegas. Open a quick 5-minute call this week. So you may be thinking, Tom, this is great. So what happened here? Well, I sent this out to those 50 businesses. I got 3 bites and I got 1 person to go for it, which was this island fire and water restoration. So, and I'm going to talk about how we fulfill this in a minute, because maybe you're thinking, well, Tom, that is all great, but I have no idea how to do Google Business Profile. I don't even know what it is. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you everything. I have a software that you can get a free 30-day trial that makes this all super duper easy, so you can start making money before you have to spend any, and it just automates the whole process, does it all for you. And again, most business owners have no idea what to do to their Google Business Profile. So just knowing the basics of how to optimize this thing is, you are 2-3 steps ahead of them already, which is all you have to be. So here are the example plans that I put out there to these people I reached out to. I did 3 plans: a basic visibility, which was basically either set their listing up or help them claim it. This is my base package for $299 a month. Okay, so it includes setup, optimization. I make 4 monthly posts for them. There's some review monitoring and there's a monthly report. All of this stuff I set up one time and I don't really have to deal with it. Maybe once a month I got to go in and check on it, but very, very little work once this is set up. Then I have a growth plan, which I charge $4.99 a month for. So this is everything in the basic, but this automates review requests. So a lot of times the reason businesses don't have a lot of reviews is because they're not asking their customers to leave reviews, and most of them don't remember and they don't know how to do that. So we can set up an automated process. Again, we just set this up one time and then we don't have to mess with it, that every time they get a customer, it'll ask them for a review. And then I double the posts they get a month. So now I'm making 8 posts a month. And again, I'll show you what goes on there. This is not hard. All of this is super duper easy. And then my high ticket plan, the Domination plan, this is $1,000 or more a month. So this is really for people that have multiple locations or they're in super competitive niches like DUI attorney or emergency plumber or things like that. So it's got everything in the other 2 plans, plus we do a citation cleanup, which I'll show you how to automate that. You don't even have to do the work on that. You can do analytics, custom dashboard, review sprint every quarter, and then we do more posts, right? This is even more posts each month for them. So let me show you the tool that I use for this and how I do all of this setup, because maybe you're thinking again, Tom, I'm not a technical person. I don't know how to do this, right? I'm not sure even what this is. Don't worry about it. I'm going to show you really, really quickly how to do this, how to set it all up. It's really, really easy. So after I use Manus for the lead building, I go over to this tool. It's called HighLevel. And I am inside my HighLevel account right now. And if you're not familiar with HighLevel is like an all-in-one marketing and AI operating system. It basically allows you to do everything in your business from one place. I love this thing. I was using a gazillion different AI tools. I was spending a bunch of money every month. HighLevel just gave me one tool that does everything I need, keeps it all in one place, and it's less than $100 a month, which is really, really awesome for their basic plan, which is plenty to get you started and getting traction and all that stuff. And again, in the doc, there's a link for a free trial for 30 days to this as well. So here's how this works. The way HighLevel works is you have what they call an agency dashboard, which is what you're seeing here. And then you have the ability to create sub accounts. So whenever you bring a business on, you create a sub account for them. And then that allows you to be able to handle all the marketing and keep everything organized in one place. So here's one of my demo sub accounts. I just want to show you how this works. So we're going to actually focus on this tab on the left here called Reputation. So if I click on this, you're going to see in this top menu, there's actually a tab called GBP Optimization. So when I find a business that wants me to help them, all I do is give that business owner my Google email, and I just have them add me as a manager to their Google business profile. Really easy to do. You can just find the instructions online. It's super easy. They add you as a manager. And now once I'm a manager to that Google business profile, I can go in here and connect it. So you see where it says integrate GBP. I just click that. I sign into my Google account here. And then that pops up another little tab that allows me to connect a specific Google My Business account to this sub account. And then it unlocks a whole bunch of tools that I can then use to automate optimization and running and monitoring and all of that stuff. So I actually have this set up in another account. So I'm going to go over to that account right now. And you'll see this is one where I have the island fire and restoration already set up. So again, all I did was had this business owner add me as a manager, and then I just connected it the way I just showed you. Really easy to do. And then it pulls automatically all this information in. So it shows me on the right what their Google business profile looks like. See, so that's showing me this right here. And what's even better is it has a score, and it tells me exactly what I need to do to optimize this. And I can do it all from right in this dashboard. Like, look, so anything you see here that has this little red thing, this says, look, provide a business description to make your profile more informative and complete. So they don't even have a business description here. So all I have to do is I can go into Manus and say, Manus, write me a Google Maps optimized business description for this business, island fire and water restoration. Manus will write it, then I can just copy and paste it right here. Actually, let's do that. So I'm gonna say, let's see, write me a Google Maps optimized business description for this business. And I'm just going to, I'm gonna go over here to their link and I'm gonna click on their website. Oh look, their website isn't even working. Interesting. So here, I'll just copy this and I'll just pop this right in here, and then we'll just let Manus go do its thing. And Manus will take a look at this and it'll start going, right? So let me go back to this and we'll come back and grab this. So now I've got AI writing the business description. Didn't even have to do that. I can edit these images by clicking this little pencil here and editing their images. I can do their phone number. They don't have a WhatsApp or text message checked. And again, I just click on this little red exclamation and it tells me there's no chat options configured, which is important. They don't have any services that you offer listed. Their attributes aren't there. Anything with a green check mark is good, but I can edit those. So as I go through and fix these, right, I can just go in and put them in and it'll start unchecking them. So Manus is still doing its little thing there. So we'll come back to that. But that's all we have to do. Go through and just fix these little things that it's telling us. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to know what I'm doing, anything like that. Now I'm going to talk about this here in just a minute, but then the next step is it also has their social profile. So people can message through the Google business profile on all their social profiles if they have them set up. And this is a really popular way that a lot of consumers like to communicate with the business. So if I just go through here, I can see, look, add your website and social profiles to boost your score. So I could just get all these URLs, and if any I can't get, I can ask the owner, and I should just start popping these in here, and that will improve their Google business profile performance as well. And then the third thing that's a part of this is reviews. So you can see this pulls in all of their 20 reviews and it shows them to me so I can see them right here, all pulled in. Here's responses they made. Look, they were responding to reviews, which is good, but like this is 5 years ago, 2020, they haven't responded to any newer reviews and they haven't gotten a lot of reviews in a while. So this is where setting up a way for them to generate reviews would be really valuable to them. So, you know, I actually just got them on a basic package, but I could go back and say, hey, now that I have this all optimized and set up, one thing I noticed that's not happening is you're not really getting a lot of reviews. I can do that. All we have to do is go to the $4.99 a month plan, right? So I can upsell them, maybe even let a couple months go by and then bring that to them. So very easy to progress people up into higher tiers when you're getting results. And because HighLevel is an AI operating system. I can actually set up AI to reply to all of the reviews. So anytime a review is left, I can get an AI agent to actually just reply, and I don't have to do anything. So all you do is click this and it'll open up the AI agent review settings. And let's go see how this is doing over here. Oh, it's still working on it. Here, let me refresh this. So it will open up the AI review settings, and you can see like all I have to do is check this box, automatically send review responses. I can tell it a time to wait, like wait 1 day before responding. It already has an agent built in and set up. Like I don't have to do anything for this. Like it's just already there. If I want to create my own new agent, I can just click create agent, and you can see here's all the agents I can choose from, right? And I can create, or I can make one from scratch. So HighLevel makes this all super easy. I'm not a techie person. You don't need to know any code. It's all drag and drop, piece together, right? But now you can have AI responding to any reviews that get left. So that is just one part, right? So there's our Google business page optimization. All we have to do is go through and just find anything with a red check mark and fix it. Let's see if, oh, yep, it says it's complete. Here's our optimized description. So I can just copy this. So I'll just copy this. We'll go over here to HighLevel, and you can see I can just click this. I can put this in like that, and then I can just click save. And now we have an optimized description in there as well, right? So if I refresh, yes, see now we have a green check mark. So we fixed that part. So I could just go through and do this with each of these things as well. Add a service by selecting here, right? So let me add, let's see, water damage related cleanup repair. I can add that. There we go. So fire damage, flood restoration, mold damage, mold remediation, right? So I can just click those things in here. Now I've got these, and now your services, we got a green check mark there. So you see how easy this is. You do not have to be a technical person to do this. But let's talk about what else is in these packages, so that's how you optimize. Really easy, right? Only have to do that once. But I have this thing in here, 4 monthly posts. So what are these posts? Review monitoring, what is that? And a monthly reporting. So let me talk about these a little bit. So the review monitoring, that is basically what I showed you inside the account, right? It pulls in all of their reviews, and we can check and monitor them from here and have AI reply to them. So that's it. It just does it automatically. They can log in and look at these as well. We can give them access to this so they can see this. So we can do that, right? Let's talk about the 4 posts that are included. So you think, well, man, that's got to be a pain. Nope, actually HighLevel makes this super easy. So if we just go over here to the marketing tab, HighLevel has this great thing called the social planner. And in the things that you can add, you'll see that you can connect a Google business profile to the social planner. So what does the social planner do? Well, the social planner allows you to use AI to write posts. You can use AI to create images, and then you can schedule these things out for whenever you want to release them. So once a month, I can come in here and I can just ask AI to write me a post for their Google business profile page. I can just write 4 posts. I could use Manus to do it too. And then I can just go in here and I can just click this new post button, and I can I can create the post, and then I can schedule it to go out on their Google business profile page. So look, I'll just show you here. I'll unselect these. I'll just select their Google business profile page. And now all I have to do is click new post. Now I can select their Google business profile page. I can use AI to write a post, right? So I can I'll say write a post on how we cover up to, we'll just say 500 of your deductible. Okay. And then I can say, what's the goal of this YouTube post? It's a special offer, right? And I can tell it to give me 3 variations. Okay. And then I can just say generate. I'm going to leave the tone as professional, and we'll just say generate. And now it will write the post for me. I don't even have to do it, right? So we'll let this write the post, and then I will just pick the one that I want, and we will schedule that so that it will go out on their profile. So you can just see how easy all this is. So again, in just, maybe 15 to 30 minutes, I can come in and create 4 posts that can go out on their things. So here's one. We'll just use this one. So I'm going to say choose that one. We're going to say continue. So now it automatically puts it in. If I want, I can use AI to create an image, or check this out. It also comes with a bunch of royalty-free images that you can use. So I'll use water damage, and I can pick something like this, and then I can add that into the post. This is a royalty-free image, right? And so now I can have the call to action. I can have a button. So I could do call me, whatever that is, right? And then now that I have this post created, you saw how fast that was. I can either post it now, or I can just click schedule post. Also, I can send this post to the client for approval before I make it. So if you're worried that like, what if the client doesn't like what I post? Well, you just put them in at the beginning, send them each post, they approve them, and then you schedule them to go out. And then if you want it to be recurring, you can do that, but you just click schedule and you can actually pick the day, and you can schedule as many posts as you want, even the exact times that they want to go out. So I'm going to save this for later. But again, you can see how easy the social planner makes this. So that is how we do the posts. So we just do that. And eventually you can just hire a VA to do these things for you as well if you don't want to use AI. Now, the reporting, really easy too. HighLevel makes that easy. You can actually customize these dashboards up here, and you can pull specific information in that you can then use to show them as a report and all that stuff as well. So very easy to do that too. So let's see, we talked about the business profile optimization, how to do that, right? We just use the software. We just go to reputation and we just go to GBP Optimization, and it tells us exactly what to do. You can see I've already increased their score. Now they're in the green. I can take a picture of that and send it to them once I get it all set out, right? I walked you through connecting the various communication channels. You just put their URLs in here and click save, super easy. Right? I walked you through how to automate replying to reviews. You just go to this review tabs and you click reply smarter with AI, and you just turn that on. And then when someone leaves a review, it will reply with AI. And then I walked you through how to automate the posting to their Google business profile page, which you just go to marketing and you can just select their Google business profile and you can schedule out posts there. Now, a lot of questions that I get on this is like, look, Tom, I'm not technical, but look, I think you can see with Manus 1.5 and HighLevel to do all the heavy lifting, like you do not have to be a technical person. You just click, point, it's all really easy, copy, paste, all that kind of stuff. Now, you may be saying, well, what if I reach out to the businesses and they say no? Look, just move on to the next business. There are literally 36 million small businesses in the US. Don't worry about trying to close everybody. Get the easy wins. Send out your outreach message. If somebody bites, reply to them, tell them what you have to offer. If they say no, just say, hey, thank you very much. Do you know anybody that might need this? And then move on to the next person. Now, you might be saying, well, how do I get paid? Look, you can have them write you a check. You can have them Venmo you the money. You can use Stripe, Square, or PayPal. Those all integrate with HighLevel. HighLevel makes it very easy to send out invoices and set up recurring payments and all that stuff as well. I don't have time to go through all that in this video. I did do another video on this channel called Getting Paid, and it's all about how to use the HighLevel invoicing system, so you might want to check that video out as well. Now, look, if you want to see how you can get your own AI services business like I just described in this video up and running in as little as 72 hours, do me a favor. Check out my free AI Smart Launch Lab course. There's a link in the description. It includes a 30-day free trial to HighLevel, along with a free trial to some other softwares that I use. If you want to see the exact prompts, if you want the outreach script, you want the fulfillment checklist that's on here, then drop a comment, doc, in the comments below, and I will send you the full guide, the full document that I showed on this video today. And remember, the only thing standing between you and your first $299 to $1,000 monthly recurring client is actually taking action. All of these people that I showed here, they all took action. They put in the work. It's not a lot of work. It's not particularly hard work. You just have to actually do it. And I see so many people that don't go through and do it. Don't let that be you. join the people that you see here. Put in the minimal amount of effort that it requires to do what I just covered in this video, and I could be showcasing you in one of these videos. Share those results for me. I would really appreciate that as well. Again, remember, if you want the doc, just comment doc below and I'll send that to you. Look, go out, use Manus 1.5. They have a free plan now. You have a free plan of Manus 1.5. It used to be paid. Now you can get a free, I think up to 1,000 credits or something. So just go use those free credits in Manus 1.5. Find, 25 to 50 businesses that could use your help in your area. Reach out to them with the simple outreach scripts I showed you. And when somebody replies and you close that deal, use HighLevel to do the fulfillment. Let me know when you get your first win. I would love to showcase you and your win on one of these videos as well. So look, until then, take action, keep going, and I will see you in the next video. Tom signing off.